Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of our Mindset Monday, where we share business tips to help business owners to really get a grip of their business, get them working really well for themselves, making profit, generating cash within your business, and most importantly, giving you time to do the things that you want to do in life. Today, we're going to be talking about systems, about saving yourself serious time, energy, money, and stress. That's what systems stands for. And I'm going to give you 3 ways in which you can start putting systems in place in your business. But let's first of all talk about why putting systems in place is really important. Oftentimes business owners will tell me it's been how many years or how many months since they had a holiday in their business. And why is that the case? Well, it's usually because they can't afford to leave the business on its own running without them. They can't leave their staff to deliver service in the way in which they would deliver it. Why? Because everything's in their head. So we go on holiday, so to speak, but we have to take our laptop with us. We can't turn our laptop off because our team need to get hold of us, or maybe our customers need to get hold of us, or we can't turn the mobile phone off. We need that by our side while we're on a holiday with our family, because any emergencies come up in the business, we need to be informed of it. Really, for your business to be working really well, would you prefer to go on holiday and not have to have your mobile phone with you? Apart from the absolute most direst of emergencies, which shouldn't really happen if your business is set up well. Would you like to go on holiday without taking your laptop with you and having to find out, first of all, before I book the hotel, do they have Wi-Fi? That's usually the case for most business owners. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how you can stop that being the case. Okay. Systems is the way in which you stop that being the case. This is actually the most important and the most exciting part of setting up your business. Now, most of you listening to this probably think, no way. Putting systems in place, writing down processes and procedures about how I run my business. I couldn't think of anything more boring, anything that should waste my time more. Actually, it's something that's going to save yourself serious time. In fact, let me focus on these top 2 words here. Save yourself. Okay. What we're talking about is saving yourself from all of the stress, saving yourself from all of the weight of your business being up on your shoulders, saving yourself from being repeatedly asked the same question over and over again by your team, saving yourself having to go and repair problems or issues that your team have created in your business, either with each other or with your customers. And these things will lose you money. We're talking about saving yourself time. We're talking about saving yourself from having to work 60, 70 hours a week. 20 or 30 of those are probably time spent repeating things, doing things that should have been done right in the first place because they weren't done by you, they were done by somebody else. Think about it. How many hours a day are you spending answering questions for your team? Are you the hub and spoke of your business? Some business owners take pride in that if you want to get the answer, you need to come and speak to me. But actually, is that really the way in which you should be running your business? Do you want everybody to be able to be looking to you for every single thing in the business? If that's the case, what's going to happen is your team, they're going to happily finish work at 5 o'clock and forget about the business. They're going to happily book their holiday and go away on holiday, have a great time and not think about the business at all. You're going to be stuck in your business after 5 o'clock, before 7 o'clock in the morning every day. And you'll either not get a holiday or you'll go on holiday and be searching, hunting around for that Wi-Fi signal and using your phone all the time. So this is about saving yourself, okay? Systemizing your business will save you time. It will save you energy. It'll also save you money, okay? It'll save you money because your customers will repeatedly come back to you because they're happy with the service that you give. And they're happy because what you give them is consistent service. Think about it this way. McDonald's, is it the finest restaurant in the world? No, it is a restaurant, by the way. It's not the finest restaurant in the world, but why do people go back in their billions? The food's not fantastic, is it? People go back in their billions because they know exactly what they're going to get. We set off on holiday with the family and we know at a certain point, kids are going to be hungry, we'll be hungry. We know what we can each get and it will taste exactly the same. Service will be the same. We'll get through the checkout, the drive-through within this time period and we know how much it's going to cost. We want consistency of service. Okay, so what we're talking about here is saving ourselves money because if we don't have consistency of service, what happens is our customers don't come back. I'll give you a simple example of that. I was driving up to Scotland this weekend. We normally stop at a particular restaurant on the way there for the last 10, 15 years. We love it. But, I've noticed in the last couple of years, the standard service has gone down a little bit. Yesterday, the standard service wasn't brilliant. Some of the food was a little bit dry and overcooked. The staff actually on the buffet section of where we were, this is going to sound strange, they weren't treating the food with respect. They were just taking dishes of the food, lasagna, whatever it was, and just chucking it onto the counter, taking the old spoon from the previous lasagna that was there, just chucking it on top. And I found the restaurant wasn't as full as it usually was. There were three of us traveling together. None of us said anything about it because we didn't want to spoil each other's meal. But on the way back, we all commented, actually, the service wasn't that great today, was it? And you know what? We all agreed. And our love for that particular restaurant has sort of gone down a little bit. I'll think twice about going there again. That's what happens if our service isn't consistent and we're not training our team in the right way. So if we don't systemize our business, we're going to cost ourselves in our energy and our time. We're going to cost ourselves in terms of time, how much time we're having to spend in the business, and we're going to cost ourselves money, okay? And if there's less money coming into the business, there's more stress in the business. Systems are really important because systems calm things down in your business, and they allow you to leave your business with absolute confidence that the people in the business will be delivering service the way in which you would do it, and that your customers will get the same service delivery every single time. Because what you're going to do is you're going to document exactly how your business should run. You're going to put processes in place, you're going to put procedures in place in terms of every element of your business. I'll tell you why it's really important that you put these systems in place, apart from what we just discussed here, is that if you don't document exactly how your business should run, exactly how service should be delivered to your customers, exactly how your customers should feel, if you don't write that down and make it clear to everybody in the team, guess who's going to write it down? Guess who's going to make it up? Well, your team are going to make it up, aren't they? Do your team, all of your team, have exactly the same standards as you? Do they have the same values as you? You know, you'd hope so if you recruited your team correctly, but in most instances, we're all different, aren't we, as individuals? And, you know, my standard is probably different to your standard. Your standard is different to mine. The same with your team in various elements of what we're doing in our business. So our team will make up what they think is really good. They'll try and deliver to the customers, but it might not be what you think is really good. It might be better. That'd be great if that's the case, but it might be not quite as good as you want it to be. Okay. So it's really important that you put the systems in place and you make it very clear and spell out exactly what it is you need your team to deliver. If you don't, they will make it up. Okay. And if it's different each time for our customer, guess what? In the examples we've just given now, they won't come back because they expect the same thing every single time. So let's make life easier for ourselves by systemizing our business, saving ourselves time, serious time, energy, money, and stress. We don't want to find ourselves repeating over and over again to our team exactly what it is that we want to do. We don't want to find ourselves over and over again fixing the problems that our team are creating within our business. Or maybe they're not creating, maybe they just don't know how to do it because we haven't told them how to do it. We haven't systemized and put it down in writing for them. And we don't want our customers to start walking away from our business because they get an inconsistent service. So systems are really important. So where do you start? Right, I'm going to give you 3 areas in which to start in terms of how to write systems in your business. Okay, the first one is think about the areas in your business where you're repeatedly having to train people over and over again. It could be actually because a member of staff has left. Okay, they leave, somebody else comes in to fill their role, and now you have to train this person again. How much easier would it have been if you'd written down exactly what that member of staff was supposed to do, step by step in their diary, what they're supposed to do, step by step, what they're supposed to do in this process. So let's start there. Let's look at areas where we're repeatedly having to train people, either because we're taking new people on and we have to keep training people because our business is growing and we have to keep showing them over and over again how we want it done. Or it could be that errors are constantly and repeatedly being made in a particular area. That's going to be a real flashpoint for you to understand that, okay, I need to start putting the system in place. Okay. The second area may be an area where we're losing money and respect from our customers. So we're finding that maybe particular products or service, people are not buying from us anymore, or people are not coming in at a particular time. Okay. So that would be an area to focus on. So it could be an area we find that we're starting to lose money. We're not making quite as much money as we were before, either that in terms of sales or in profit. So let's have a look at that particular area and understand why and what we need to do to systemize in our business. And the third area is to look at where inefficiencies are occurring in our business. And we'll know where they are, won't we? Oftentimes there'll be certain jobs where if you're not doing it, it doesn't get done as well. Things are done not quite as efficiently. So those are 3 areas to start. Okay, let me just repeat them for you. It could be areas where you're repeatedly having to train people. That could be because your business is growing, you're taking on new members of staff and you're having to train them all the time. Or it could be that errors are being made all the time in this particular area. And so you're having to train people. So that's an area to start with, okay? The second area, it could be that you're losing money and respect from your customers. You tend to find that people aren't coming back into business at this time. We're not getting repeat business, or people are telling us maybe that they're not happy, okay? So there may be certain areas that we need to systemize in our business there. And the third areas would be where we know there's inefficiencies, we're losing money. Now, oftentimes we don't know we're losing that money actually because we don't know the numbers in our business, but that's a subject for another day in terms of how we work out the gross profit in our business. So just think about those three areas and how you can systemize your business. Now, how do you go about systemizing your business? Well, the simplest thing to do is just to write a checklist, okay? Write a list, bullet points, checklist, whatever you want to call it, which say this from beginning to end, these are the 5 or 10 things you need to do to get this right, okay? So you take each process that you need to put in place and you break it down, you write down exactly what it is that the member of staff is supposed to do. Now, this might seem really simple. It could be something as simple as taking an order. And there could be 3 ways in which you take an order from a customer. It could be in person, it could be on the phone, or it could be online, okay? Let's write down the steps for each of those one at a time. Let's not make it complicated. Write it down, make a little checklist, okay, and get your team members to fill in this checklist every time they're talking to a new customer, okay, to make sure they don't miss anything. You can even actually have the words written down and say exactly what they're going to say. Now we've just dealt with how to take an order. And that way, we dealt with how to take an order. The way in which we take an order every single time will be exactly the same. Our customers will have exactly the same experience, just as we experience when we go to a systemized business. And what you'll find is that those systemized businesses that are probably going through your head now, where you're delighted with the service every time, you're delighted with the value you get every time, you tend to find that you keep going back. You tend to find that those businesses are usually very profitable. That's the purpose of systems, okay? It's to make your business profitable, generate more cash flow, make your team happier in the business, but most important, to save you serious time, energy, money, and stress by generating more cash in your business. And here's the key thing for business owners: generating more time in your business, or should I put it another way, generating less time for you to spend in the business because you systemized your business and you found great people to run your systems. So systemize your business, really, really important. If any of this resonates, you'd like to talk to me a little bit more about how we can go a little bit deeper in showing you how to systemize your business, please get in contact with me, leave your comments below. Thanks for joining us today. Look forward to seeing you on our next session where we'll provide you with more business tips to make your business easier to run, more profitable.